In this tutorial, we are going to go over setting up our moisture sensor. So in order to do that, what we're going to need to do is we need to map that value or that sensor to a pin. Okay, so what we're going to do is start another, this one's going to be in a forever loop. Save ourselves some space up here. Okay, so we're going to now create a variable. And that variable is going to be called moisture sensor. All right, so we're gonna bring set moisture sensor to, and then we want to map it. So we're gonna say map. Okay, what this is gonna do is rather than give us a super high number, we're gonna be able to pinpoint that. You know, if this sensor has like a value from like 0 to like 3,000 ohms of resistance, and the moisture sensor is really just a sensor that measures resistance. I don't know what the particular high threshold of this sensor is, but we want to kind of narrow it down to like a 0 to 100. So we're going to say map sensor, okay, and we want to, where it says here map what, we need to go to our pins. And this is an analog sensor, so we're going to go ahead and bring that and put it in here, and we had it in port 1. Okay, so now we're going to say from 0 to, we'll say 750. Okay, so this is what it's reading, and then it's going to interpolate it to a number from 0 to 100. Okay, and you can kind of have fun with this. You know, changing these numbers is going to change how how accurate your moisture sensor can read to. Again, I like this 0 to 100, and you'll see with the numbers that we get that I think that's pretty good. All right, so now we're gonna go back to our LCD code. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in. So before it does the updating, okay, I have my pause right here, my clear LCD. I'm going to go ahead and bring another show string in, and I want this, I'm going to put it in between the updated. This is going to say moisture sensor. Okay, and then I want to have a show number. Show number. And then we're going to go back to our variables and grab the variable. So instead of showing number, it's going to show the moisture sensor. And we want this to be at the 12th position in the second row. So it's going to say moisture sensor, then it's going to show the number. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put another pause in before updating. This is going to be how long that our numbers are shown. I'm going to change both of these to 3,000, which is 3 seconds. Okay, everything looks pretty good here. Let's go ahead and download it. So we get the initialize on our screen. It's going to show our temperature and humidity. It's going to show our moisture sensor value. So you can see our moisture sensor is 75. That's that 0 to 100. So it's not quite at its high point. There might be some moisture in the air. Now, these are all what you might notice when you download your code. You might not get values read right away. And that I found that it needs to cycle a few times sometimes to show those numbers. So you might just get zeros. Just let it cycle a few more times and it should start to, show the calculated numbers. Okay, so we have in these first few tutorials, we've set up our LCD screen to show us temperature, humidity, and moisture. Now we're going to be able to actually start having those inputs that are reading values trigger an output.